Hello, Nick Anderson here, editorial cartoonist for the fake news media and known enemy of the state, and I am working on a cartoon right now on this idiotic QAnon, and if you don't know about it, you should look it up. It's really the latest craziness in Trump world, and if you are watching this and you believe in this, you really ought to have your head examined. So right now I'm doing the digital inking part of my cartoon, and if you're wondering how I got to this point, I did the sketching earlier, which is what you see here and here. And I don't usually like to film myself doing this part, the sketching here. I have these on layers, and I don't usually like to film myself doing this part because it can take a while. And it's not very, like, see, I can make this I'm changing the opacity right now. And this can be kind of boring to watch because it can take a long time for me to get that sketch just the way I like it. So I don't generally film myself doing the sketch part. I get a little self-conscious about that part, I guess. So anyway, I'm doing the digital inking part, which is a little bit easier. It's like building the foundation. Once the foundation is there, which is that sketch, getting building the house on top of it is a little bit easier. So I've got that blueprint done, and now I'm just drawing Trump here as Gollum with his ring, the QAnon nonsense. We are really in a bizarro world, and we've of course been in bizarro world, but it just keeps getting more and more bizarre. This Trump crowd, give me a break. But what do you expect? He really loves to fan the flames of the conspiracy theories and conspiracy theorists. So we should not be at all surprised. I don't know where we're going to end up if this guy continues as president. And he should not. The man is incompetent. He should not be president at all. But he has the bully pulpit, and he continues to say whatever he wants, and there are enough idiots who believe it. So, that's the world we live in. And if you are not registered to vote, and if you did not vote last time, you enabled this, and you need to get registered, and you need to make sure you vote. You need to make sure that you at least create a check on this guy in this next election, because this is intolerable. This guy is a lunatic. So I apologize in advance for drawing Trump's nude body. At least you're not going to see the whole thing. And his man boobies. At least he's wearing a tie. He's got that trademark red tie on. He doesn't get as much of a comb over in today's cartoon, because Gollum doesn't really have a whole lot of hair. This is my favorite kind of cartoon. I don't like cartoons that have a whole lot of complexity, that have a whole lot of elements in them, that have a whole lot going on. I would much rather draw one with a couple of elements and then really just add a lot of detail to it. And then as I go in and I do the digital painting, add like a lot of texture to it, and really just enjoy that process. That is just way more satisfying to me as an artist. And as you go look at my drawings, you'll see that the ones that are simpler tend to be a way better execution. You can see my style is very sketchy. You can probably hear it. I draw pretty fast. That pen, that stylus, is kind of just hitting the screen pretty quickly. I am not very precise, which is why, and it shows in my work. I used to try to be real precise in my line work, and it did not turn out well. My work is way better since I got looser with it. Looser and messier. Try to make messiness a virtue with my work. So this is an unusual cartoon in that I'm really burning through the drawing quickly. Most times the line art will take a lot longer than this. Now the sketch part took longer than this. It took, I don't know, 30 minutes just to feel like I was really getting it right. And the digital painting might take longer just because I plan to get more detail into it. I want to make sure some of this hair looks like it's overlapping. So I'm going to erase some of that. Oh, he is looking ugly today, especially. He is not pretty today. Well, he's not pretty any day, but especially today. Still gotta make sure he looks Trumpy. Oops. There, that's better. That was a little bit too much hair for a second. So now I gotta decide whether I'm gonna use my font to write this. Whoops. That's not my font. I was using another one earlier. See how this looks when I spread it out. It's one of the little secrets that helps save time. I created a font out of my own writing many years ago. And when you're doing a lot of writing, boy, it saves time. If you're doing a multi-panel cartoon, it can save a lot of time. Okay, I'm liking how this is looking. Sometimes I will handwrite it if I don't like it. But I'm liking that. I'm looking forward to doing the coloring part of this. I don't really like this. I think it works better not defining that so much. assign the tune. What's the date? 3rd. So I always date them for the next day. And I need a little bit more room here. Washington Post. Whoops. That looks like an E. Post. Writers Group, which is my syndicate. The Jeff Bezos Washington Post. Or Amazon Washington Post, that's what he calls it. The Washington Post Writers Group is my syndicate. Oh, I like this one. I'm going to have fun painting this because when I go back in and paint it, I may go ahead and film myself painting it too. I'm going to add like a lot of gross texture to his skin like Gollum has. And then I will add some Mordor-like atmosphere to the background. And I may use Photoshop for that. So I use Painter and Photoshop for coloring. Alright. I may make him look a little bit crazier. And now get rid of, whoops. Where's my history? Lost my line art, that's never good. Oh, there it is. Alright, so there's not a whole lot of pen detail in here. I like to get rid of the pencil sketch before I finalize. Get rid of the scalp a little bit in places. Alright. Well, he is ugly today. So now I'm going to make that it's grayscale right now. I'm going to commit that to line art. Make that a TIFF 08014 Q9. Save. And that is it. Come back and check out how the cartoon turned out. Oh wait. Thank you very much.